Hello, my name's Amy Murphy, and I'm going to be your instructor for EDU 3040. I'm looking forward to a very successful semester. In this course, we're going to be learning how to write lesson plans and teach reading skills in another content area. So in this course, we're going to use a social studies text and teach reading skills using a social studies text. The text that we're going to be using is a 9th and 10th grade history lesson. One of the first things we need to look at on the Moodle site is the news forum. Before we get into this, I do need to ask that everyone in this course please make sure that you have already taken EDU 3010. EDU 3010 is a prerequisite for this course. If you haven't taken EDU 3010, please check with your advisors and sign up for EDU 3010 instead of this course. EDU 3010 teaches you how to write a lesson plan, which in this course you'll be writing 5 lesson plans. So back to the news forum. In the news forum, I post directions for each week's assignment. Please make sure that you are reading the news forum. I do check to make sure who is reading and not reading the news forum. If you are not reading the news forum each week, you'll probably get an email from me reminding you to do so. It cuts down on the questions and creating mistakes in your assignments. One of the first things we'll look at is the history text. This is the text that you will use for all 5 lesson plans. If there's information on the sides, you're welcome to use whatever is here. But you will only use and write lesson plans for the first section, the New Frontier. I know this document has many other sections, but all 5 lesson plans will be based on Section 1. If you can see Section 2, the Great Society, we will not be using that. All 5 lesson plans will be based on Section 1. I have also posted the history standards you're going to use. This is a informational text, so you will need to use the appropriate standards for social studies. Now in social studies, it's a little different because you can pick 1 or 2 standards that will be taught using this specific text. You can use those 1 or 2 standards on every lesson plan. So all 5 lesson plans will have the same social studies standards. The next is the ELA standards. Now this is where you will need to change standards each week. As in EDU 3010, we learned that RL means reading literature. What we're using is not literature. It is reading information. So you'll need to go down to RI and select RI standards because this is reading information. So read through the text, select standards that will fit the type of lesson plan that you will be writing. We're going to be writing 5 different lesson plans. The first lesson plan is going to be a vocabulary lesson plan. So you're going to need to look through the standards and find a standard that fits with a student learning new words. The second lesson plan you will be writing will be what the students are doing before or during their reading. So maybe you're going to teach the skill of citing textual evidence. So then you would use that standard. We'll get into more of that when we get to those weeks. The next thing we'll look at is week 1. In week 1, you're going to be posting to the discussion forum. As you can see, the introduction post is due by Wednesday. you have to respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. Make sure that you're reading the directions for the discussion forum and you're answering it completely. Please make sure that you are writing to the level of a college student. You should have complete sentences and paragraphs, and I believe it's a 200-word response. And your replies must be 100 words. So please make sure that you adhere to those. This week you will have their syllabus quiz due on Sunday. Quizzes are due on Sundays. The only other item will be when you get to week 2, you're going to see that some of your assignments are due on Saturday. Your major assignments will be due on Saturdays. The Prezi that you'll do in week 2 and all 5 lesson plans will be due on Saturday night. I know that's a little bit different than some of the other professors, but I'm teaching EDU 3010 and EDU 3040 at the same time. In both courses, the assignments spiral. So if you do one assignment wrong, you're more than likely going to do the second assignment wrong. So I try very hard to get the assignments back to you on Sunday. That way, when you're looking at the next week's assignment, you can read the comments and know how to correct from the week before. This week, each week is very important. When you get to week 3, that's when we start the vocabulary lesson plan. If you will read the news forum for week 3, it will give you directions on how and what needs to be put in the lesson plan. The major issue we usually have in this course is that the teaching sections of the lesson plans need to be specific. This course is to teach you how to think through a lesson plan. You need to think about what you will say and how you expect the students to respond. So in these lesson plans, you will need to write exactly what will be said by the teacher and how you expect the students to respond. When you do get your first teaching job, you do not have to be that specific, but this course is designed for you to think through exactly what you're going to be expecting in the classroom. One other thing we need to point out in this first video is over here on the side is my name, my phone number, and my email address. You are welcome to text me questions. If you text me questions, please make sure you give me your name and the course number you're in. I will respond to questions from each course very differently. And I also try to respond to your questions as soon as possible. Also, please make sure that you check your Warner email every day. This is the only way that I can correspond with you on an individual basis. Sometimes I'm going to have a question about an assignment. Maybe I don't understand why you put something where you did, or maybe I need you to redo something and I'll give you extra time to complete it. But please, check your email every day. Please look through the lesson plan template in week 3. Please look it over before we start that week. In week 2, you're going to be creating a Prezi. If you follow the links that are given, you should be able to create the Prezi presentation for free. We are not asking you to join or spend money on any type of presentation, but most websites will allow you to create a Prezi, or in this case we also have where you can create a glog for free. These are great ways for students to display information that they've learned. You're going to be researching the Reading First initiative. Please feel free to Google the information in order to answer the questions. Please look at the rubric on the questions that need to be answered in the presentation. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me. Each time I teach this course, I take notes on what didn't go well, and I try to insert a better explanation for things that didn't go well. So if there's something that's not clear, please let me know. I'm here to help you through this course, but I will be upfront with you. This course will take some time. Good lesson plans require a good amount of time to create, especially when we're asking you to be very specific in what is said and done in each section of the plan. So please make sure that you give the proper amount of time to complete the lesson plans. It's always very clear how long someone takes to write these lesson plans. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what else I need to tell you. But the news forum will be your best friend because it will help you in this course. I'm going to try to post videos often. That is my goal for this semester. I haven't taught both courses at the same time, so I'm trying to be proactive instead of reactive, hoping that the assignments turned in will be more to the point and there will be less corrections needed to be made if you listen to the video and read the news forum. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help, and I want you to do well. We just have to work together. Thank you for your time and for listening to the whole video. I will email you when there will be another video posted, and I'll provide a link to that post. So I look forward to us working together. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.